1660 WFNZ, the franchise.
On time. Pac-Man Brett Jensen coming to you live, Wofford College, Panther training camp. Practice is over for today. We know the guys still have some work to do tonight. We appreciate Ricky Marshall and Michael Goodson, Dwayne Jarrett, John Beeson, Damian Lewis stopping by. Now I got Jordan Gross, Josh McCown, and Captain Munnerlyn hanging out with us before they get on to the rest of the evening. And Jordan will lead with you since you're the old, aged veteran here. We know each other for a long, long time, and I know you're still crushed with Paul Abdul not coming back. But so far, it's so good with the camp, I assume.
Yeah, everything's good. I got over Idol the other night, so moved on.
She brought nothing to the show anyhow.
She'll be back, I think. So that's not a closed deal there. She'll be back.
I forget Paul Abdul. I can't stand that show. All right, give me the lowdown. Offensive line, everybody seems, as you said back in April when we were talking about the kickball event and stuff, you said, you know what, when it comes to the starters, offense, defense, we're going to be pretty good. The matter of now is finding some depth.
Yeah, our starting five, I feel, has come along pretty nicely. We've all been in there for every rep, so that's been key. The backup's really the questions right now. I think Mackenzie Bernardo's had a great camp and is going to be able to fill a lot of needs for us at center and guard. Jeff Schwartz has come along as a right tackle, right guard guy. Yeah. And I like Duke Robinson as well. So we got quite a few guys in there that are going to have a shot.
Well, if Josh would quit picking fights with Duke, who knows, we'll find out if the guy can play or not. Josh, how are you doing? All right?
I'm good.
And I asked you, I said, how's practice going? And you said, you know, I'm just beating up everybody. I'm starting all these fights.
I'm trying to establish my toughness. Fight everybody, even your own offensive teammates.
On a serious note, though, how's it been so far? Pretty good?
Very good. Very good. It's fun, too, because I missed this last year with this group, and so it's really fun to work in this offense now. For me, in my career, it's the first time I've taken an offense from one season to the next in my pro career. So it's kind of nice, and really kind of get to gauge myself as a quarterback, and I feel like I've improved, and it's just been fun to play and be around these guys and kind of have some consistency.
You know, I mentioned to all you guys about the Giants on Monday night, first game. I know you're ready to see somebody else to beat up on as opposed to your own guys. And Jordan said, you know, maybe we'll get a quarter play here and all that stuff. But Josh, for a guy like yourself, I mean, you know, we know Jake's going to be the go-to guy, despite all these crazy Michael Vick rumors that are floating around and who knows what happens there. But you're going to get some serious time coming up here in August.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been a while since I've played. I played a little bit in the first game last preseason, and then when Chad Pennington came to Miami and the trade and all that, everything changed for me. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm just looking forward to playing some real ball in a competitive situation because when you've been doing this for 8 years, and practice is fun, but the games is what makes it special. And so I'm looking forward to it, whether it's preseason or not. It's going to be fun.
Yep, and you guys, of course, have been down this road before. I got another rookie sitting here right here that everybody's talking about. And Captain, I know there's a lot of Gamecock fans listening to us, and hey, you're still down here in the Palmetto State, and you get an opportunity, and it sounds like you're making the most of it.
Yeah, it's been great. Having fun. Fans, a lot of fan support, and it's just been great out here with these guys, trying to do my thing, and it's just been fun.
We just had Mike Goodson stopping by, and he's doing his thing on the offensive side, and said, man, it's a lot faster. I know the old ball coach had some experience down there with great years at Florida and also tried it with the Redskins. But you guys had some great talent on the defensive side last year down in Columbia, but this is a different animal.
Oh yeah, it's a different animal. Like, we got guys like Jake and Josh, they just throwing the ball in and everywhere, and I'm like, gosh, how they do that? Like, Josh told me the other day, he's like, hey, this ain't the SEC no more. I was like, you're right, you guys, they put it in there. I could be playing the receiver like real close and tight, and they managed just to put it in there. And I'm like, gosh, what did I do wrong? Just the guys, the quarterbacks, they're just so good in the NFL, and they know how to put the ball in.
Now, you're not just saying that because Stephen Garcia wasn't sure who he's throwing it to last year. Wow. Oh, I had to say that to you. From everybody saying, though, you are really impressive folks, which is a cool thing.
Yes, sir. I'm just out there trying to show my teammates what I can do, and hope they can carry on to the game.
They're getting you around with the SEC, but I have a feeling that competition level that you did see week in, week out in that league does make it a little bit easier for you when you see everybody here, because they all can run, they're all fast, they're all big, they're all strong. So from that perspective, I'm sure you're sitting there going, hey, I just got to come to work.
Yeah, like in the SEC, it's like the miniature NFL, they say, and everybody can run. But like I said again, the quarterbacks, I don't think they're as great as these guys.
Jordan, what do you see as we get into this preseason? Again, you've been down this road before. As you told us, the object is to stay healthy and get ready for Philadelphia, and hopefully everybody's good to go. But what are you looking from a personal standpoint to accomplish for the rest of August and early September?
Just continue to get better. You know, I take a lot of pride in my technique as a player individually, and that's what camp's always good for me. Being an offensive lineman, you're doing so many things that aren't natural and normal, and then it takes a while to get that technique back where you want it. So just getting used to playing football again and getting the guys around me and Jake. And it's so nice to have so many starters back on offense this year, though. It's a lot more fun than it's been in the past.
I know you don't want to hear this, and it has been talked about a bunch on not only this show but every show in Charlotte. That Arizona game, even with the fans, still burns. And I'm sure that amongst this locker room, and I know John Fox said don't forget it, but you don't want to dwell too much on it because it's a whole new season. You got to get to work, stay healthy, and all that stuff. But I would sense that is still a great motivator for this team.
Yeah, it is. It's something that gets talked about a little bit, especially mostly when you're talking to other people outside of this organization. But the thing I would say is if we come out and blow the Giants out by 80 points or we lose by 80 points, then we can turn around and do the opposite the next week. You know, it's preseason. We're still getting used to everybody. The real test will be at home against Philly, and we need to make a statement that game that we're a new team and it's a new season, and we got all our weapons intact. So we'll get to that point, and everybody will really be chomping at the bit to get something done.
Josh, as much as you're going to be playing in August, when you see a rookie in the secondary like that, do you lick your chops and go, all right, we're going to find out if the old rook can play?
Absolutely. I mean, that's just how it goes, you know. And you spend more time taking a look at their roster than you do the playbook because you're going to find out who am I going to go at. But you get guys though. You catch guys like Captain and other guys that are good players, you know, that played at a high level, be it the SEC and whatnot, that make plays in the preseason. But definitely, you know, because you know that they're not exposed to this level yet and not acclimated quite yet, so you want to try to take advantage of them if you can. But you know, you never know.
Now, Captain, in the SEC, there's no question that when you start talking about Saturday football, there is nothing better. I don't care where you are in the SEC on game day on the road. I don't care if it's Baton Rouge, between the hedges, the swamp, you go right to Rocky Top, the whole thing. Incredible environments, great fan support, loud, intense, crazy. What do you think it's going to be like when you walk out in Giants Stadium and all that great stuff? And I know it's a preseason game, but still, for a guy like yourself, when you walk through the tunnel for the first time, you say, you know what, son of a gun, I'm in the National Football League.
It's going to be crazy. You know, walking out there to the NFL stadium, you know, I never played on the NFL stadium, so, you know, my first time, it might be real crazy. I don't know if the SEC can compare it to the NFL. You know, you got all the cameras on you. And,
can you ask him what he's shooting for?
It's a big thing.
Primetime game, all that good
we
stuff.
shoot pretty wide open.
So, you know, you think it'd be worse than what happened to you when you went to Clemson? Jeez. I'm an alum. I'm just giving you a hard time. Wow.
Yeah, it hurts.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys the same question I've asked all the Panthers so far. Josh, I'm going to leave with you.
Okay.
The biggest surprise in the camp so far has been what?
Tell them we're back in like 9 minutes.
Other than you starting all the fights.
Yeah, I was going to say,
either one's fine.
biggest surprise. I would have to say from what I'd heard coming in
Actually,
to now, the weather, it not being as hot.
The weather. That's the second time the weather got a nod on this one. All right, Mr. Gross.
I got two. One's serious, one's a joke.
All right, go ahead.
The first one, the serious one, Mackenzie Bernardo. He's done a great job. I threw his name out there earlier. He's really, I'm thinking, going to be a savior for us on the O-line because he's going to provide some depth inside. The second thing that surprised me the most is I was in the training room the other day and Captain was getting his ankles taped, right? And so I was sitting there waiting, and I was saying, okay, get your ankles taped, that's fine. So then he gets done with his ankles. So I go to get in the spot, and he slides down and throws his wrists up, okay? So now he's getting a basic wrist tape job, and it's kind of taboo to have the trainers waste their time on your wrist. So he gets his wrist done. I'm like, all right, Captain, let's go. Like, flips out the pinky. Okay? He wants a double pinky tape job. And so I had to throw him out there. I said, a grown man can't tape his wrist, and then he can't even tape his pinky. I don't think they teach taping 101 in college anymore.
All right, Captain, I'm going to let you get the last laugh on this one. The biggest surprise, if you want to take a shot at Gross, go ahead. Cap, what do you think?
The biggest surprise is just the weather, like Josh said. You know, they said it's going to be real hot, but it's not that hot to me. You know, it's okay. I guess.
Well, listen. You had all those years down in Columbia. It's always 25 degrees warmer down there anyhow.
You're right, but you know, I'm coming in thinking it's gonna be real hot. They like camp is gonna be real hot. It's gonna be tough. You know, it's tough, but it's not that hot. You know, I'm getting used to it, so. You know, I can go for another week and a half.
Well,
Hey.
we appreciate you guys stopping by. Stay healthy, and again, good luck and all that great stuff. And